Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm back downstairs in my room finally. And for today's video, I have for you 3 ways to do a sunset eye look. So I know sunset eye looks are pretty unoriginal and some people are sick of them, some people love them. I'm part of that group that still absolutely loves them. And I think they're totally underrated. So I adore sunset eye looks, and so today I wanted to show you 3 different ways that I do the sunset eye. So for this first one today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop It's All Good palette. You guys have seen me use this palette before. I'm also pretty sure you guys have seen me do a sunset eye look with this palette, but we're going to do another one today just because. So this one is going to focus purely on yellow, pink, orange, and purple. Some of the other ones that I'm going to do are going to have a little bit of blue in them as well, because I feel like blues really help make sunset eyes because, you know, the sun is setting, but there's still a little bit of blue in the sky. You're still trying to get that out of there. And then also you can use a dark blue to kind of represent the night. So I'm going to be doing that in some of my later ones. But for now, we're just going to be using this guy right here. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we will get into it. As you guys can see, you are totally zoomed in now. Hi, here's my eyes. How you doing? So like I said, we're going to be going in with the ColourPop It's All Good palette. Sorry, I'm going to refocus myself here. Yeah, the ColourPop It's All Good palette. And I'm going to start, of course, by priming my eyes. I may be going in and out of focus sometimes, guys. It just depends on how far away my face is from the camera. So sorry about that. So yeah, to prime my eyes, I'm going to be going in with the NARS, you can't even see it because it's totally out of focus, NARS eyeshadow primer here. You guys have seen me use this 50,000 times. I am just going to use my finger to blend it in right now just because I haven't cleaned off my primer blending brush in a hot second, so that's probably something I should do while I'm home on quote-unquote quarantine. So I don't know, that's a mission for later? I don't know. Later today? Who knows? Okay, so the way that we're going to do this eye is we're going to do yellow on the inner corner and then some orange and some pink and then purple in the crease. I just think that is one of the most simple, basic ways to do a sunset eye. Some black eyeliner, some purple on the bottom as well. It just looks really, really pretty and adds a really nice gradient effect. So to kind of set my primer and give us a good base, I'm going to use this color right here called Thriving. It's the second one in. And I'm just going to kind of set my eyelid with that. And that gives us a little bit more of a peach tone on our eyelid to work with. Because, you know, peaches are important when it comes to sunset eyes. Okay, so very, very gently, I'm going to go in with this color here called Good Vibes. Totally forgot that it doesn't automatically zoom, sorry. And that's a little bit of like a warmer pink, but it's still a transition shade. And I'm just going to buff that into the crease. And that'll kind of start to lay down a base for our pinks and purples that we're going to blend in there. And we're just going to go in with a soft layer because like I said before, the purple is going to be the main star of the crease. And this is not going to be an all matte eye, just letting you guys know. Okay, so next I'm going to take my Moda crease brush. You guys have seen this guy before. And I'm going to go in with probably, you guessed it, because I tend to do the same type of eye look with this palette, the color Concierge down here, which again is a slightly deeper pink toned purple. And I'm just going to put that into the crease as well. And I'm going to focus it on the outer corner, like the outer crease, and then blend inward as I'm going to do with all of the colors. Look at how pretty that looks. So gorgeous. I just think Concierge is one of the most versatile colors in this palette, honestly. It's just so good. So as you can see, I'm kind of focusing it on the outer corner for like a swipe or two, and then blending inward. And I'm also trying to use a little bit of round motion so I can really make sure that everything is blended out. Okay, so now for something a little bit deeper, I'm going to go in with this color here called Dear Diary. It's right here. It's like a deeper pink. And I'm going to do the same thing. And this is a satin finish, so this is going to turn the crease a little bit more of a satin. But you can see it's starting to add a little bit more of like a deeper pink, almost purple tone to the crease. It's so, so gorgeous. And I'm not really going to be making a specific shape. You can see it's like, it's almost a little wing right there, but like not quite. I find that as much as I want them to, wing shapes don't tend to look super great on my eyes. So I don't do them very often, but if you want to wing this look out, you totally can. Again, kind of forming a little bit of a shape there at the end, but mostly just kind of blending it out and making sure that it hits the end of my eye there. Yeah, so it's pretty even. Alright, so now I'm going to take a little bit more of a precise brush. So this is the Firma 204 right here. This was just a regular, like almost shader looking brush, but at one point it sat in one of my bags for too long and got a little bent and shaped and stuff like that. But it actually kind of works out in my favor. So now I'm going to take this matte shimmer color. So it's a matte with some shimmer in there to kind of help make it blendable. And it's called Best Life. So right here you can see the shimmer in the pan. It's like a greenish blue shimmer. And I'm just going to do the same thing. As you can tell, this is a lot of just building and playing. But I'm really going to, like when I blend this out, I'm not going to take it all the way to the inner corner like I was doing. I'm just going to take it about halfway into my eye. So guys, I'm really excited because today is not Saturday, it's Thursday. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and the new Mulan collection from ColourPop just launched, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of really want the Mulan palette. So Mulan was one of the first, I don't know why I'm saying one of, Mulan was the first musical that I ever did. I didn't have a big part or anything, but it was the first show that I ever did, and so I kind of have an attachment to it, and plus the palette is really, really pretty, and of course you guys know my love for ColourPop. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm really going back and forth between buying it and not buying it, but you know, we're also in the middle of a COVID-19 crisis, and I kind of don't want to spend my money unless I have to, because we don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm trying to be a good noodle and not spend my money on it, but I can totally see myself getting it at some point. I don't think it's a limited edition collection, so might be getting it in the future. I don't know. Anyway, so let's just double check, make sure they're even in the viewfinder, which they are. And now for the main purple, again, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a denser brush. This is the Satina eyeshadow brush right here. And I'm going to go in with this color here called Paradiso. Again, this is a satin finish. And that's really just going to go right here in that outer V. And I'm going to load that up on the brush. Because again, this is where the purple in the crease really comes in. And I'm just blending, blending, blending. And I am putting that on the outer corner of my lid, but it's totally going to get cut out when I cut the crease, so you don't have to do that. I just find it helps me lay the color down better. And this is really important. You really need to blend this look out since you are layering so many colors. So don't be afraid to just take your time with blending this to how you want it, making sure that all the colors sit nicely with one another. Just really take your time with it. And then I'm going to slowly start taking this all the way in, because I do want purple all through the crease. But I'm going to do it with almost no product left, and it's going to be more like dragging what's on the outer corner inwards. See that? Look at how pretty that is. Oh, love the way that looks. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease, and I will be right back. So now I have my cut crease. As you guys can tell, I have hooded eyelids, so I cut my crease a little bit above where my actual crease is. So now we're going to go ahead and go from the outside inward. So I'm going to go and take, once I dust off some of the previous color, I'm going to go ahead and take this Moda accent brush right here, or smudger brush, and I'm going to take the color Margarita right here, and probably a little bit of Cater to You, which is right next to it. Probably going to take a combo of those, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner. Boom. Look at how beautiful and pink that is. And I'm going to blend it into that purplish crease just a little bit. I'm not going to take it all the way in, but I'm going to take it to slightly less than halfway. And I'm using patting motions to blend it out. I just find that's what works best with this brush and for blending out gently. And do the same to the next eye. Gosh, just look at how bright that is. So pretty. And that's how you really know that there's like a contrast between the crease, because I know the crease looks a little bit pinkish because Paradiso, it's not super pigmented, it's just pigmented enough to be purple. So you're like, oh, it's a little bit more of a pinkish crease, and you're not incorrect, it is, but there is enough purple in there, and this pink is a stark contrast between the purplish pink that's in the crease and what it actually is, that you can tell that there's a difference there. But I am going to take that same crease brush that we used right at the end to add Paradiso. I'm going to put that right in on the crease, right where we just laid down that color. To help kind of blend the two colors together and just reaffirm that purple just a little bit. Okay, so next I'm going to go in here with a combination of the color 10 out of 10, which is this guy right here, and this guy right here, which is Cheers to You. And I'm going to take probably this guy right here, which is just another random brush that I kind of had in my collection. I'm going to take a combo of those two and put that in the middle of my eye, right in this center portion here. I'm going to, again, use patting motions to kind of blend it into the pink. I still have the brush near me that has the pink on it, so I can kind of go back and forth and layer and blend as need be. I'm going to try and add a little bit more 10 out of 10, which is the orangier of the two colors, so that I really make sure that you can tell that that is an orange, because right now it looks a little more yellow. I mean, it'll look orange compared to what we're about to put on the inner corner, but like still. And you can totally use a different palette to do a sunset eye. This is just what my wheel spin told me to use, and it worked with the theme that I was going for. If you guys don't know what I mean by wheel spin, I typically spin a wheel every day to decide what palette I'm using for the day, so that all of my palettes have an equal chance of being used. So, okay, so now I'm going to take just my finger, and I'm going to go in with the color Sunbelt, which is that bright yellow in the palette, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner, like the inner third of my eye where there's no product right now. And you can totally use a brush to do this. I'm just preferring to use my finger today. There you go. So the middle looks a little more orange compared to that inner corner, huh? And this color does have a bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. So we're going to brush that off in a little bit. But I want to get everything on there that I need to get on there. So guys, since I've been home, I've been getting back into playing Wizard 101, and it's kind of becoming an issue. Because like I'm still being productive and everything while I'm home. Like I did some homework and some laundry and stuff yesterday. And it was great, but like, no, I don't want to stop playing. So super quickly, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to take that middle color and help blend the two together. Line there, and I think that's because my brushes aren't clean, so I think there's a little bit of underlying color on the tip of this brush, just making things very unfortunate. Okay, and then the last step is, again, I'm just going to kind of blend in that crease a little bit. I don't want it to be super cut. I want it to be a little bit blended, and again, I want to really make sure that that purple is there. so that you can really see it. And then the last thing that I'm going to do before I cut to doing the face makeup and everything is we're going to go in a little bit on the lower lash line. And like I said before, we're going to go in with purple on the lower lash line. So I'm going to just take a combination of Best Life and Paradiso, those two purples that we used before. And I'm just going to blend that in on my lower lash line and connect it to what I have out here. I'm just going to use my viewfinder to do this so that I'm not out of frame. I'm trying to keep it as close to the lash line as possible. I'm going to do that to about halfway, almost 3/4 of the way into my eye. And then we're going to just blend it out. And I remembered a step I forgot to do on the upper lash line, so we'll do that last. I'm just like getting ahead of myself here. So to kind of finish off, I'm going to go in with this Gold Star Super Shock Shadow right here. I'm just going to put that on top of the yellow that we put in the inner lid. And it's just going to add a little bit of shimmery sparkle on there. It's not a pressed glitter, it is a Super Shock Shadow. It's just going to add a little zhuzh to the look. So now I'm going to go off camera and kind of clean up these edges a little bit and do my eyeliner, and we will catch up to do the face. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have liner and mascara on, and I've zoomed out. One thing that I also did off camera besides liner and mascara is I put a little bit of a brow bone and inner corner highlight on. Sorry, things are rolling around on my desk here. So for the brow bone and inner corner highlight, I used a combination of Happy Go Lucky and No Worries, which are these two colors right here. This is a matte white, and this is like almost like a silvery, shimmery champagne color. And so the combo, the two of them, created just like a nice warm vanilla highlight that just went well on the brow bone and inner corner, and just, I feel like, tied everything together. I feel like an inner corner just really like, sorry, it just really brings everything together. So that is something that I did. I'm going to just go ahead and finish off with highlighter and lip color. You can totally do a full face of makeup. I just don't really feel like it. The main point of this for me was the eye look, and this is how it turned out. Super pretty, totally wearable. So for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics loose highlight in the shade Bomb. I think you guys have seen this on my channel before, but this is what it looks like. It's a golden toned highlight. Super pretty, totally bright. Just gonna put that on the cheekbones. Like, look at that. Ridiculous. Very Jaclyn, I love it. And I'm just gonna blend that in up to my brow bone pretty much. I'm not going in super heavy because this is a very heavy highlighter and it can get very out of hand if you're not careful. I'm using circular motions to kind of blend it in, otherwise it's going to be very liney and streaky, and we don't want that. And you can also go in with like a blending brush and blend that out too. I just like using the same brush that I apply it with. And then last but not least, for lip color, I am going to just go in really simply with the Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade No Nino. It kind of matches the eyes a little bit. It's very close to my normal lip color, but a little bit darker. And I just think it looks super pretty. It's not overly bold, but it's not overly neutral either. It's just kind of sitting pretty there. So that is everything that I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed look number 1, and let's get into look number 2. Hey everybody, so for look number 2, we're going to be using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and the Saharan 2 palette right here. I know I just showed you the back of them, but you get the idea. You know what's happening. So I'm going to go in, so this one is going to be a little bit of like a halo eye type thing. That's what I'm thinking. I'm kind of feeling it right now. So I've already started out by priming my eyes with the NARS eyeshadow primer. But again, super quickly, I'm just going to take my big fluffy blending brush that I always use, and I'm just going to set it with the color Certified, which is this ivory color right here. So I'm just going to super quickly set my eye primer, which you totally don't have to do. I've just found that it's becoming an important step for me just because I have such oily eyelids. But you totally don't have to. Alright, so we're going to start in real spicy. So I'm going to start from the middle and build outwards. So I'm going to start with a very, very concentrated brush right here. This is from Satina. And I'm going to go in with this yellow here called No Joke from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And this is the volume 2. I don't remember if I said that already. Although I feel like you could probably figure that out if you haven't already. And I'm going to put that right in the center. And I'm going to make sure to build the heck out of that. Because, you know, you want that to be like yellow as heck. And thankfully this yellow does a really good job of being yellow as heck. So, I mean, like, look at that. That is yellow. And then we're just going to keep this brush around as well so that if we have to build this color back up, we can build it up. I always pat the color in because that helps build pigment, keep it concentrated. So next I'm going to take this little like shader brush here and I'm going to go in with a combination of Feeling Myself, which is right here, and My Man, which is right there. I'm going to put that on either side of the yellow. Oh, yellow. So as you can see, I didn't go in with anything in the crease right away. Don't worry, I have a plan for the crease. So again, I'm just going to put that on either side of the yellow, but making sure to leave room for other colors on the side of that. And I'm going to kind of take that over the yellow a little bit into the crease, as you can kind of see right there. And that's how you create that halo a little bit, because it's haloing over the center color. And again, I'm just going to take the same brush that I used the yellow with and just make sure that it knows that it's still there. So that's kind of what I'm going for right here, is this little halo. So this is what you have so far. You got a little bit of a halo eye. Now we're going to take a third brush, and I am going to take this guy right here, which we used the pink in with the first tutorial. And I'm going to take a combo of Living My Best and Dance Party, which are the two colors you see right there. It's a red and a pink. And that's going to go on the outer corner. Oh, so stunning. And you're going to blend the pink right over top of that orange crease that we just kind of built. Oh, sorry, I totally cut out a frame there. Put that on the inner corner. And glitter. Alright, so now I'm going to take some time and I'm going to go back and I'm going to blend everything together. Okay, so now I've taken some time and blended those together and kind of shaped my crease a little bit. And then all I did for the crease is, since I took the pink and kind of took that over everything, I just took a really fluffy brush like this one and I just kind of buffed it out. And that's all that I did for the crease. It's just kind of buff and blend and buff and blend. And I appear to have picked up some black. Okay, well, now that I've gotten some black into both creases, because that happened, we are going to go ahead and take a precise angled brush like this one. And I'm going to grab this gorgeous purple down here called Not My Journey. And we're going to put that on the upper and lower lash line. It's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Makeup Revolution Peaches and Cream Fixing Spray. Also, 10 out of 10, do not recommend getting black into your crease by accident. When I moved the palette around on my desk, it accidentally pushed the black. I accidentally set my brush down on the black. So that's why that happened. Well, don't recommend doing that. So I'm just spraying my brush, picking up a little bit of that Not My Journey color, and then I'm just going to freehand this, but you can totally put some tape. And I'm going to do like a baby wing out here, but nothing too dramatic, not like my normal black eyeliner. like having the yellow in the middle just really like makes this a sunset. I don't know what it is. Okay, so off camera I just put on a little bit of mascara and I finished up that purple. I put it a little bit on the lower lash line, and then I took that pink that we used for the outer corner and the crease and I used that to kind of blend the purple into the lower lash line a little bit. So this is what we've got going on right here. I think considering that I accidentally added a little black, which was not my intention, I think it looks pretty freaking cool. So you can tell I really planned these looks out beforehand, right? So just to finish up the eyes really quick, we're going to take the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 palette, and I'm going to go in with this golden shade right here called Compass. It's like a golden champagne. It's really pretty, and I'm just going to put that on my brow bone and my inner corner, and that's just going to add a little bit of sparkle to this look. Perfect. I know it's kind of subtle on camera, sorry. And yeah, I know I forgot to use this Hair & Two palette. That's coming tomorrow, I think. I got my looks mixed up a little bit. So now I'm just going to go ahead and finish off with a lip color. You can just go ahead and use whatever bronzer, blush, and highlight you feel like using. I'm just going to go straight into lips today just to finish it up. And I'm going to go in, if I can grab the products that I need. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill lipstick in Ambition, but you can just take any like brown lipstick shade. And I'm going to dab this onto my lip, almost to create like a little staining effect. There you go. So this is what you got. Not super duper brown, but definitely brown. And then I'm going to go in with MAC Velvet Teddy right on top of that. Which at this point, as you can tell, is very well loved. And that is everything for this tutorial. Now we are going to go ahead and jump into look number 3, which is gonna add a little bit of another color in there just to add a little pop and pizzazz. Alrighty everybody, so we are back for look number 3. I've already primed my eyelids, and we're gonna go in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette again, as well as the Hair & Two. I promise we're gonna use it this time. And this time we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to go for a bit of a reverse sunset. So this is going to be in like little layers. This is going to be a little more artistic than it is wearable. I've never actually done this before, so I have no idea how it's going to look, but we're going to go right into it, and I'm a little nervous. But this will be a fun one for both you and me. So we're going to take the flat shader that we used yesterday to apply the yellow, and I'm going to go in with the color Good Place, which is right here. It's a satin purple, and we're just going to put that along the lash line. But it's not going to act as an eyeliner though, I promise. We have another color for that. And I am going to blend it up and take it kind of high. Not like overly high, but kind of high. Like I said, we're just going to kind of blend it out a little bit. Y'all, I have no idea how this, like, I have a picture in my head of what this is going to look like, and whether it's actually going to look like that is a whole nother question. I really have no idea, but okay. So now we are going to take this shader brush right here, and I'm going to take Tipsy Girl and Lolly Mama, which are these two pink shades right here. I'm going to put that right on top of it, like literally like on over top, I guess I should say. Just like this. You see what I mean? It's going like where we stopped. And I'm going to make it kind of thin, but not like overly thin. So now I'm actually going to take that same brush, and I'm going to go in with those oranges we used yesterday, which was Feeling Myself and My Man, right here. And I'm going to go right over top of that, almost in a straight line out. Almost. And you could totally be really precise with this and use like angled eyeliner brushes to do this. I just want this to be a little not super like sharp. I just want it to like be seamless transitions between all of them. I'm going to get as much of this as I want to on there, and then I'm going to go back over the pink just to make sure that it's really there. Alright, so I'm going to quickly go away and fix the pink and make sure everything's alright, and then I'll get back to you for the final few steps. Okay, so I have kind of reapplied the pink a little bit so that we didn't lose it. Now I'm going to take this really tiny accent brush right here, and I'm going to go in with this orange color from the Saharan 2 palette called Marrakesh. It's right here. It's a satin orange and it's so beautiful. And I'm going to put that on the inner crease where that orange is. So I'm going to put it right over top of that orange. And it's just going to add a little extra pizzazz. It's also going to highlight the inner crease a little bit, which is a really fun trick that I learned from Allie Glines. She started doing this and I'm like, oh, okay, I see you. It's impressive. And then last but not least, well, not last, but like almost last, I'm going to take probably this brush right here, and I'm going to grab that same yellow we used yesterday, no joke, and I'm going to put that right over top of the orange and blending out, but not blending all the way up into the brow bone because we are going to put another color there. I'm going to use the viewfinder to do this one, so I just find it's a little easier to look at right now. So now everything is the way that I like it. I blended everything out a little bit, reaffirmed any colors that I felt I needed to. And now I'm going to go in with the brow bone color and the eyeliner, which I'm very excited for. So let me find my brow bone and inner corner highlight brush. And for this I'm going to use the color Aziza from the Saharan 2 palette. It's just a pearl color. And I'm just going to put that right on that brow bone to add a little bit of highlight. If you have to reaffirm the yellow, reaffirm the yellow. And I'm also going to put that right on the inner corner. Ooh, yeah, she's bright. So I'm going to go in with just a basic angled eyeliner brush like this, and I'm just going to put a little bit of purple from Not My Journey. I'm going to put a little bit of that on my lower lash line, just a little bit. I'm going to smoke it out as well. That's what you can see. Can you tell that this purple is bringing out the green in my eyes a little bit? Now I'm just going to blend it out. Now for the super duper fun part. So we're going to do something very similar to what we did yesterday. And we're going to take a precise brush. I'm using the same one I did yesterday, but I'm cleaning it off a little bit so that it doesn't have purple on there. And I'm going to be going in with this color here, Bear Bear, from the Saharan 2 palette. And I just think that this color makes the most beautiful eyeliner in the entire world. It's so gorgeous. I am dampening my brush with the Makeup Revolution spray again. I'm going to just start adding this as an eyeliner. And because the purple is already really close to the lash line, you want to keep this as thin as possible. Again, I'm going to almost tap this on. Look at how pretty that is. So cool. And I'm also not going to wing it out today. I was originally planning on it, and you know, I just don't think it's going to happen. You don't have to. There we go. So this is what we're working with. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I'll come back. Okay, everybody, so we are back. I just put a little bit of blue on the outer corner, and I just finished up the other eye, and I put on mascara. So this is what we came up with. I actually think it turned out a lot more wearable than I thought it was going to. It's definitely, of the three that I've done so far, the least wearable out of all of them. I'm not going to put a lip color on right now because I am just honestly going to be around the house all day and I really don't need a lip color on right now. So maybe just like a little bit of Velvet Teddy just to say that I have something. There's a woodpecker right outside of my door right now. Sorry if you can hear that. But that is everything that I have for you guys today. Those are the 3 looks in order from most wearable to least wearable. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I know this seemed very sporadic because, again, I have an idea of like what the looks are going to look like when I start, but it doesn't always happen. Like I don't exactly like try these looks out always and then I do them for you. A lot of times I like to just turn on the camera and see what happens. So sorry if this was a little sporadic for you, but I did more or less plan these out ahead of time and then just, you know, would forget what the heck I was doing. So, but yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more eye looks 3 different way type videos, I would love to do this for you. I might start a playlist for it just on the off chance that I do start doing them because I think they're kind of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everybody.